Chapter 11, Crystal Clear. My new car club membership provided a limited number of service calls annually. I called Dean and I asked Dean for a favor. I used another membership service to call to have my car towed again. That second tow was from the hotel to a street alongside Dean's house in Aurora, Colorado. Dean lived with his semi-elderly mother in an immaculate house in one of the more upscale neighborhoods in Aurora. The 6,000 square foot home was a work of art. The previous homeowner had been a master Russian woodworker. Every detail of every part of the home's interior was beautifully crafted: the railing, the floors, the walls, and the furniture. The paintings and sculptures accentuated the living space. Even the front and backyard were decorated with sculptures and artwork. Dean owned a hair salon. In 2020, he was out of work due to the coronavirus pandemic. Dean was concerned for his mother's health at the time, but he permitted me to stay in his basement for those first 2 weeks while I rebuilt my car's engine. The engine parts had been delivered. I had been watching instructional videos, and the socket I needed to remove the belts from the engine had arrived. I began taking apart my car's engine on the streets in Dean's neighborhood. It was a beautiful and sunny Colorado summer morning. That evening, I finalized plans with the blonde trans girl, one whom I first met when I arrived in Denver earlier in the month, before I went down to New Mexico. Bethany was 25 years old. She lived in Denver with roommates, but she rented a penthouse suite in a luxury hotel that evening. I ordered a car from a ride service, and I told Bethany I would be at her hotel in half an hour. Bethany was beautiful. Her vibe was sultry and erotic. Bethany earned her income as an escort. She took the night off work to spend the evening with me. Our time together was off the clock. Bethany told me she felt something between us during our online interactions. Bethany didn't want money to have any bearing on our experience together. If money had been a factor, I wouldn't have made plans to meet her. Bethany didn't like Crystal, so I did hot rails by myself on a table in the dining room area of the hotel suite. Bethany preferred another drug. She smoked black tar heroin. I hadn't done heroin since that Thanksgiving night in 2018 when my friend Michaela babysat me to make sure my accidental overdose didn't become a fatality. The Denver skyline was visible from the top floor hotel balcony. I did Crystal all through the night. Bethany and I smoked heroin. Bethany had an interesting heroin pipe. It was a hybrid glass marijuana bowl attached to a water chamber. Bethany, same as I, enjoyed crafting her own smoking devices. Bethany straddled me as I laid in the hotel bed. We shotgun hits of heroin back and forth to one another. I would hit the pipe, put my mouth to hers, and blow smoke into Bethany's mouth as we kissed passionately. Then Bethany would hit the pipe and do the same to me. I felt my eyelids becoming heavy from the heroin. The hot rails kept me awake as I smoked heroin throughout the night. As the sun came up, the car service dropped me off on the street by my Lexus. I unlocked my car and sat down in the driver's seat. Before I could gather up tools to work on the engine, the heroin put me to sleep. 2 hours later, I was awake again. 2 hot rails after that, and I popped the hood to continue the disassembly of my car's engine. Dean's mom brought me a cup of coffee. She let me know that breakfast would be served at the table on the back patio in 5 minutes. I thanked her and went inside to wash up in the bathroom. I walked through the house and out the door to the patio. Dean and his mother were seated at the table. I sat down in front of my plate. I set my coffee cup next to my orange juice. On my plate, there were eggs, bacon, and toast. The eggs were sunny side up. I shook some salt and pepper onto the eggs. I passed the pepper to Dean. I then watched Dean do something which changed the way I ate eggs forever going forth. Oh my God. My aunt showed me this when I was a kid. Trust me, I've done this my whole life. Really? Yes, try it. Alright, I'll give it a shot. Dean handed the pepper back to me. Dean looked at me and raised his eyebrows. I smiled. I took the shaker and completely covered my eggs with a black layer of pepper. When I took a bite, I tasted what I had been missing from breakfast every morning. It was as if I had discovered a new food. In that moment, I was converted.